Okay, my love, what do we have today?
How do you deal with the emotions of losing trust in people you respect?
Well, losing the trust in someone you respect, in a sense, it's the same way as when you lose trust in someone you love. Now, it's a different emotion, but it's still a sense of loss. It's the same way as when you lose trust in anything. You can actually call it a mourning process as much as you want. So
Yes.
you have to let yourself go through that process. You can't subvert it, you can't circumvent it. It's something you have to experience. Now, you let it go of what, 24, 48 hours, maybe 72, that kind of thing. And you know yourself, you know what your time window is where something is a useful period of mourning, respectful for that series of emotion, and when you've just kind of carried it on too far and are letting a depressive nature or a doom brain or something else take hold, and you have to deal with something different. There's a line that can be easily crossed, especially in these times when we're all stressed out. Those lines are easier to cross now than they did before. So we should all be careful. That we're all more stressed. We're all under more emotional stress than we usually are. And so those lines become fuzzier. It's actually important to become more mindful. But what's important is that you honor that. Don't brush it off. You've lost something. You literally says it right there. You've lost respect for somebody. You've lost trust. You've lost respect for someone who you cared about. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean a romantic care, but you cared in some way. If you really feel that loss, it means you loved them in some form. You've loved them. And now you've lost some of that. You've lost that. And you have to honor that so you can move past it. Now, can you forgive? Depending upon what transgressions are, probably. But, forgive, forget, you learn. Maybe it was your fault. Maybe you put them up on a pedestal that a person simply can't stay up. A lot of times we put people up on these pedestals, and, when they prove to be human, we feel crushed. But whose fault is that? Is it their fault for being human? Is it our fault for expecting too much of them? We have to be very careful that, we don't put those rose-colored glasses can work against us at the same time. We can feel more disappointed than we should. We feel that these people should be superhuman because we respect them, we honor them, we've seen what they've accomplished, and we expect too much of them. And when they show their humanity, show that they're just like everybody else, that they have their bad days, they have their quirks and personalities and areas of where, they're kind of off the rails a little bit. But we all have those. And, loving somebody else when they have their faults is just as important as loving yourself when you have yours. And that is your daily dose of love.